Have you ever started thinking to yourself, I want to start a YouTube channel, but honestly, I don't even know where to begin? Because that was me. And not because I didn't want to do it, but because there were just too many moving pieces. Like, where do I film? What do I film? What equipment do I need? What do I say? How do thumbnails even work? What do I title these videos? And what even is SEO? And how do people actually make money from this anyway? I think honestly, a lot of people over 50 are going to feel the exact same way because we did not grow up with YouTube. We didn't grow up with filming ourselves. So today I want to talk to you guys about the exact system I use to stop feeling overwhelmed and actually start moving forward. So you don't need to know everything from the beginning. It just really is going to help if you have a system. So hi, if you're new here, I'm Jolene, and this channel is all about building confidence and creating content when you're over 50. So today I want to talk to you guys about something that a lot of people is going to stop them from even getting started. And it's because they don't even know what to do first. And honestly, I think most people are waiting for them to sit down beside them and say, okay, you know what? Here is actually step one. So I did write a book about this. It's called From Zero to YouTuber. So here is my book. It's available on Amazon. I will have a link in the video description and first comment, and I will have a QR code for it here. I wanted to simplify the process for everybody and not make it more complicated. Now, one thing I noticed when I started YouTube was that I had 27 tabs open at any point in time. Somebody would say something about, you need SEO, or you need thumbnails, or you need affiliate marketing. And then suddenly your brain feels like it's actually exploding. I spent so much time reading this thing, going to this blog, listening to this YouTuber, listening to this podcast. And finally, after years of doing YouTube, because actually this is my second channel, my first channel is about my craft business, which is here behind me. I did write my book From Zero to YouTuber, and it talks about things like finding your niche, creating content people care about, branding, video ideas, scripting, filming, editing, SEO, monetization, affiliate marketing, products, websites, memberships, etc., and building multiple income streams. This is a system. This is one part of the video that I'm going to make for you guys here today. So it's not just about my book. I've got some actual tips here for in a second too. So I wrote this because I wanted people to stop feeling lost, especially for beginners when we're over 50 years old. And I wanted somebody to be able to pick it up and think, okay, this is what I do next. And honestly, that's how I think learning should feel: simple, organized, and actionable. And I'm actually a guest speaker now at our local college based on this book. And now I'm going to show you my second most helpful tip to getting yourself going. So I have this crazy notebook system. You can see here all kinds of notebooks with all kinds of tabs in them. These are just inexpensive notebooks that you can get at the dollar store. These are currently my favorite, these wood-bound ones. So I think these were like $2.50 a notebook. So each one of those tabs is a category for things that I have to work on. So while I'm listening to things, while I'm researching things, while I'm listening to YouTubers or just out and about and I get ideas for my YouTube channel for myself, I can take a quick note and I just jot it down in my phone. It can be 1 or 2 sentences. It doesn't have to take long. Then when I get back to my office, I grab my notebooks here with all these cute little tabs in them. And I grab my phone and I put those notes into the coordinated tabs. So when they're in my phone, they don't have to be organized at all. When they come back to my office, they're organized into tabs. And then I don't, even if I'm not working on that project that day, I've put my idea into that tab, or the thing that I actually have to do into that tab. Then when I do go to work, I can open up my book, pick up a tab and go, okay, well, these are all the things I needed to do for my Shopify store. These are all the things I needed to do for my YouTube account, whether it be hook it up to Google Analytics or learn how to make a thumbnail or learn how to list a product on my Shopify store or learn how get one affiliate product that I could actually learn how to market. So I come down and I can focus on one thing. And then I have another notebook at the end of the day where I can keep a list of all the things that I've actually accomplished. So I've just started doing that. But I've also been able to use my tab notebooks. Like I can go back and look back at some of these tabs because I've had the notebooks now for years and go, oh my goodness, look at that tab. I already did that. I 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 did that. And then I can actually see my wins. So another great way that the notebook system is helpful is when you are, stuck for something to work on, you can come down to your space or wherever you are in your home that you want to work and open up the notebook, and I actually have something right there that I can start working on. And if I'm not sure what to do for it, I can literally Google it or ChatGPT it. So let's get into that here for a second. So your brain is not meant to remember everything, right? Your brain is meant to create ideas. So if I hear something smart in the podcast, when I write it down, it gives me a place to start when I'm getting back to it, right? So often I hear on the internet now, geez, I wish somebody would tell me how to do this, just, like I'm 6 years old. So why this works really well, especially when we're over 50, it's because we learn things differently. Like we learn things differently, in school than they're teaching kids in school now. So we like having categories. We like having notes. We like having systems. We like having plans. We even liked having a job where we went and they told us exactly what we needed to do for that job for the entire day, right? Like somebody else created a system and then we just had to basically click and play, right? So I think what's happening right now is people are trying to start the entire process alone in their brain, and that's exhausting, especially when you're trying to learn something brand new. So instead, you need to create yourself a roadmap, and you don't need to learn everything today. You just need to know, what is my next step? So you can use Google and you can use ChatGPT. And I actually am preferring ChatGPT for this because I can get it to explain things to me. And I simply put in there, explain to me like I am a beginner how exactly I would do this. And sometimes it goes too fast and you still don't understand. And you can go back and you can say to it, oh, right, I really don't understand this. I need the actual click by click, step by step. What are the exact things I click on and where? How do I do this? So, or even for instance, something simpler would be like how to create a YouTube thumbnail. You can go into ChatGPT and say to it, how do I create a YouTube thumbnail? And it might say to you something like, well, you need to have, a consistent look on your YouTube channel. So ask it to come up with some brand colors and then set up a list of rules for your ChatGPT. And then every time you go to make a thumbnail, pull in your brand colors and say, these are the rules for my brand colors, for my fonts, et cetera, et cetera. Can you make me a thumbnail, blah, 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 in this manner? Or it will tell you, these are the colors that you can pull into Canva and create your own thumbnail. And it will tell you exactly what fonts you need to have. It will tell you exactly, what writing you should have on it. And you can break it down step by step by step. So this is, a way different way of thinking than when we were kids. We all had those Encyclopedia Britannicas that, smelled so good. And we went there and, looked everything up. But I think what's the problem is now is that we lack some organization, and that's where the notebooks are going to come into play and being able to look things up on the internet. So I'm going to just tell you guys, the bigger lesson here. I think a lot of people over 50 are way more capable than we're giving ourselves credit for. And we talk ourselves out of starting because we feel behind. And I really want to challenge that mindset because the internet doesn't need another fake expert. It needs real people with life experience, stories, skills, hobbies, careers, lessons, perspectives, all those kind of things that matters. And that's what happens when you're over 50. You do have that experience, right? People connect with people. They don't connect with, fake stuff on the internet. They just don't. They want somebody that they feel like they know, like that they can trust, that they can, ask questions to. And you can be that for somebody else on your own YouTube channel. Just pick a theme, grab my book. It's going to walk you through everything here step by step for how to get started. It's From Zero to YouTuber. It's on Amazon. I'll put the link and the QR code here for you guys again. So I want you guys to, start simple, get a notebook, create some tabs, start collecting ideas, start learning one thing at a time. You don't need to become an expert overnight. You just keep moving forward one step at a time. And please leave in the comments, questions or suggestions that you guys have for things that you want me to cover in this YouTube channel. And I'll try to do my best to help you out. So thanks for being here. I hope you guys have an awesome day and go out and crush it. If I can do this, I mean, heck, anybody can do this. Have a great one. Bye-bye now.